כל השנה הלכות בכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בן העולם הבא. בעזרת השם, today is the 27th of Nisan, third day of the week, Tuesday, Parashat Tazria Metzorah. The mitzvot we'll be discussing today, mitzvah number 351, the halacha of Isur of Hamara. Hamara means exchanging animal. You decide, what happened was you designated an animal, and then you change your mind. Either the animal is too weak, you want to get a better animal, or the animal is too good, you want to give a weaker animal. That would be a prohibition of doing the exchange. Mitzvah number 352, let's say you did make such exchange. Let's say a person said, I'm deciding to make this animal instead of that animal to the Beit HaMikdash. What happened was, both animals must be brought on the Mizbeach. Bezrat Hashem, the two mitzvot are sponsored today. L'Refuah Shlema, Lior ben Ahuba, Livi bat Racheli, Yosef ben Miriam, Moshe ben Miriam Lydia, Yaakov ben Rachel, Reuben ben Levi, Aaron ben Rachel, Chaya bat Leah, L'Refuah Shlema, Isha Yeledet, Hena Malka bat Avram Gersh, Refuah Ima, Tzipora, another one, Alexandria, Rivka, Valeria, Lydia, וגם תינוק הנולד, Ben, her name.
That's her name.
One more time. Alexander Rivka, זאת השם. רפואה שלמה לכל עם ישראל. Let's go. Mitzvah number 351. Shalom Namir HaKodashim. There's a prohibition of exchanging basically changing your mind on which animal you're donating to the Beit HaMikdash. Okay? Shalom Namir HaKodashim, כלומר, בהמה שהקדישה למזבח, you sanctified an animal for a korban. שלא ימירוה אחר כן בבהמה אחרת. There's a prohibition to say, I changed my mind, I want to get a different animal. אלא תקרב היא בעצמה. It itself must be brought down. ועל זה נאמר, and it says over there in ויקרא, 27 chapter, pasuk 10, לא יחלפנו ולא ימיר אותו. You're not allowed to exchange it, and you're not allowed to replace it. ומכיוון שהמירוה, and if somebody did say that I'm going to be exchanging it, כלומר שאמרו זו תחת זו, and a person has to say, in order to transgress this avira, he has to say, I'm giving this cow instead of this cow. וכיוצא בלשונות, אלו שזהו עניין התמורה. Again, it doesn't matter. So what happened was like this, very simple. This individual, if he wanted to donate a lamb, he says, I want to donate a lamb to the Beit HaMikdash. So in his mind, everybody's a tzaddik. Nobody's donating animals and then wants to trick HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Chas v'shalom. We're not talking about Rama'ut where he designated a 200-pound lamb and now he wants to donate a 100-pound lamb. The other way around. What happened was he walked into the house and he sees this shepelach. It's a 150-pound shepelach. And he says, oh, I'm going to donate this one. That's the biggest one I have. Okay. Later on, when he goes to the courtyard or to the backyard, wherever he has his animals, and he sees one for 300-pounder. Yallah, what did I do? Khalas, I didn't mean it. I wanted 300-pound. So he went ahead and people give him a warning. You're not allowed to do that. But he says, I'm going to change it anyway because I love Hashem. You know those people? I love Hashem. I love Hashem. That's why many people have a heart attack today, by the way. You know that. Why do they have a heart attack? Because they love Hashem too much. They put all the mitzvot in their hearts. I love Hashem in my heart. I love Hashem. Rabbi, I really love Shabbat. But you know, Shabbat, I have to drive to my relatives. We have to have a Yom Tov Simchat. You have to have a meal. Rabbi, look, I live a 3-hour drive to my family. I have Shabbat. What's the big deal? We have to have, doesn't Hashem love family? Doesn't every family first? Remember those guys? The family first? Shabbat, Habibi, you can't drive. No, family first, Shabbat. I love Hashem in my heart. So the rabbi explained that's why people have a heart attack. Why? Because they put they put everything in their hearts. Everything is my heart. In my heart, I love Hashem. No. So now, this individual, what did he do? He says, listen, gentlemen, I designated this 150-pound lamb by mistake. I want to designate a 300 pound. That's what I had in mind. He comes with all the chidushim. Everybody's a Talmid Chacham. The Eitzara is the biggest Talmid Chacham in the world. So he says, listen, I really meant the 300 pound, and that's what I want to do. People tell them, Halas, you can't do that. You're not allowed to. Now the rabbi says to you like this, even though there is no actual deed. What did he do? He said this animal instead of that animal. Right? So he's making a new animal instead of the other animal to sanctify it. Even though Chayav Malkut. In this situation, it's going to be Chayav Malkut. Even though he's going to say, listen, I was coming home, I said, the best animal I'm going to donate. So I thought this was the best animal. Now that I know that I have a better animal, let me give it this better animal. Doesn't matter. He's still Keitzad. המתכוון לומר הרי זו התמורה עולה שיש לי. Okay, so again, אבל אם הייתה, so he's explaining what I was explaining already here. Now, ואם תשאל, so you're going to ask a question. Very, 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 very important question. It's כדאי to ask this question. ולמה לא קין עליו זה? Why should a person get smacked for תמורה? והרי הוא לאו שניתק לעשה. Right? There is a aseh over here that's connected to kodesh. Again, what happened was like this. The Torah tells us that's the next mitzvah. Mitzvah aseh, mitzvah number 352. So one mitzvah lo ta'aseh 351. The mitzvah lo ta'aseh you're not allowed to exchange. But mitzvah 352 looks like coming to do what? A remedy. It's actually double header here. Yeah, two things here. Problem. There's two negative aspects here why a person shouldn't get it. What's the first one we said already earlier? Alav she'en bo ma'aseh. There is no deed here. There's no action. You only get lashed for lavim that have actions. So how come this one over here? This is first of all lav she'en bo ma'aseh. There is no physical action. You said this animal over that animal. The only time the Torah will give you lashes if you did something, let's say eating a pig. The Torah says don't eat a kazayit pig, and he went and after a warning and he ate kazayit pig. There's an action, so he gets lashed, right? Somebody spoke lashon hara. The Torah says midvar sheker tirchak. The Torah says don't lie. So the person goes ahead and lies. Why doesn't he get lashed? Well, because there's no physical action. Words don't mean anything. Words are obviously they mean a lot, but right now in the aspect of getting punishment from a Beit Din, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to take care of this guy. Midvar sheker tirchak. A person who lies, Rahman al-Islam, he's going to get punished from Hashem. But the Beit Din is not allowed to punish him. Over here, the rabbi is talking about when the Beit Din will come and punish this guy. He just did achlafa, not this animal, that animal. But there's no action. Even the original deed that he did, there is no action. So the rabbi says, so that was one problem. Now we have another problem. Rabbi Moshe, out of this world, we have a rule. Alav v'nitak la'aseh. Right? What does lav v'nitak la'aseh means? Torah tells you a prohibition, and then Torah tells you a way to fix it, a remedy. So the rule is any prohibition. Yes and no. Over here, the Torah tells you a remedy. You want to call it a loophole? Okay. Like for instance, let's go to. We'll give you a scenario, a very famous scenario. No buying. What happens is like this. You're walking in the street. You're walking in the field, in the forest. All of a sudden, you see a basket. Not a basket, a nest of birds. Right? The halakha tells you you're allowed to take you see the mother, shoo the mother away and take the eggs. That's halakha. Go eat the eggs, enjoy it, whatever you're going to do with it. It's kosher animal, no problem. Or even if there's small little babies that cannot fly yet. Those babies that cannot fly yet, you shoo away the mother, take the babies. Whatever you're going to do with them, grow them in your house, right? You believe it. Somebody posted on the chat over there, one of the groups that I am in, they're selling a little chick. Blue chick, I don't know what's the name, from India. You want to know the price? You ready? It's a half of this book. The chick, like this big. Half of this book. $550. You want to buy it? It's a blue chick something. I don't know what it is. $500 the guys want for it. Maybe it's an eagle. I don't know what it was. Anyway, probably somebody bought an eagle. Yeah. The other guy bought an eagle for $16 million. I don't know. It was a commercial. Anyway, so those things will have value. So you go there, you took the chicks, right? And the problem is you also took the mother. The halakha is if you took the mother and the mother dies in his hands, we give him malchut. But if the mother he releases, as the Torah tells us, shalach et ha'em. So the Torah told you that he doesn't get lashed because he sent away the mother. So you have a lav, the prohibition, don't take the mother, and then it tells you send away the mother, right? So he doesn't get lashed. So that's called lav. So now you have two issues here. So he says, if you, my son, you're going to ask this question about this case. What happened here? The Torah told you, don't do the amara, don't switch the animals, but if you do, both of them should be mikdash. So if both of them, so if the Torah tells you both of them have to be mikdash, why do you have to give him malkut? So the Rabbi explains. כבר פירשו חכמים זיכרונם לברכה, טעם הדבר ואמרו מפני שיש בה שני לווים. There's actually two prohibitions here. What? כמו שכתבתי בסדר זה עשה בה, ולא תעשה ועיקר תראה לווה. So there's two prohibitions here. Because there are two prohibitions here, you cannot have one of ased to take away the two prohibitions. What are the two prohibitions? No? Anybody knows? Question? What are the two prohibitions? What? One is don't change. What's the second one? Defiling Shem Hashem. It's a Kodesh.
If you put some animal,
yeah.
you can never change.
Right. No, you're defiling Kodesh. So there's two problems here. First rule, you're not allowed to change. Yeah. So that's Avera, you changed it. Second Avera, you defiled the Kedusha on it. You're taking away the Kedusha. You're taking away the Kedusha, it's two Averot. Two Averot, Halas, give him Malkut. Mm-hmm. And we already said, not that, what somebody...
Take a Kedusha while you nicked it? Like
what?
Damaged the animal?
No, you took away the Kedusha by saying it.
Okay.
You're taking away the Kedusha. You're basically defiling it from holiness. Mm-hmm. So you're defiling it from holiness with your mouth. Well, we got to give you a headache for that. A headache, a little, actually, stomach ache and the backache. Big ones. ועד אמרו, טעם אחר, לפי שאין לאו התמורה שווה לעשה שבה. So again, also another reason, because the prohibition itself is so chamur. The correction is not, what's his name? It's not gonna repair it. שהציבור וכן השופטים אין עושים תמורה אם המירו. ואף על פי שהם מוזרים שלא ימירו, מכיוון שאין עליו שווה לעשה, לא נאמרה בזה שיהיה דינו כלאו שניתק לעשה. So the rabbi says that the aseh is actually, since it's on its own, it's not comparable to the gravity of the prohibition of lo tamiru. ואם תשאל עוד, you're going to ask another question, ולמה לוקחים עליו זה, אחר שאפשר לעבור עליו בבלי מעשה, so if you're going to tell me that why are we getting lashed for this avirah, because that you could transgress it without doing any deed, בדיבור לבד, it's only by the mouth, בכללו הוא נקיים עלן, כל לאו שאין בו מעשה, אין לו כן עליו. So the same thing the rabbi is going to give, התשובה כבר נכתבנו במקומות הרבה. Things that are done with kedusha, right? Like this. כי בברשו הוציאו זיכרונם לברכה, מכלל זה נשבע וממיר ומכלל חברו בשם. So again, there's a concept over here is, there are certain things that even though there is no physical avera, but the punishment will come. Like, somebody curses his parents, somebody curses his friend, by using, right? Not in certain ways, not just any, what's the name? The one who, the curses that we're talking about is defiling Hashem's name. A person, not somebody says somebody, I hope you die. That, it's not a nice thing to say, but it's not a curse. In the Torah language, that's not called a curse. If somebody says, I hope you die, I'm saying not you guys, somebody utters those words, it's not really a curse. It's just a dvarim be'alma. But in reality, what's a curse? He says, I hope Yud Kei Vav Kei, and he says the whole thing over there will curse you. And that is whoa. That, the Beit Din says, you use Hashem's name? Let us teach you what happens to those people. Hashem's name, Rachman al-Islam.
It's more about you using Hashem's name.
That's right. שהתורה החמירה בהם הרבה, לחייב בהם מלכות אף על פי שאין בהם מעשה. The Torah over here, now the prohibition of using Hashem's name. ואל תערער בשום עקימת שפתיים הוא להביא מעשה. Don't think that the words designated this animal, maybe that's the maaseh. That's not true. That's not called maaseh still. The Ha'askina, the Gemara discusses all this. It's really not maaseh. אבל ודאי בלא מעשה כלל עיקר חיוב מלכות בקצת עבירות, הן שלושה ונזכרות. We already mentioned that even though there is no mass of action, but the words have significance, and you have to be very careful with that. שורש מצווה כבר צדיני ככל כתוב בסדר זה. Obviously we all understand that the whole point of this mitzvah, of prohibition of hamara, even though you have good intentions, Rabbi, I have good intentions, I want to give a 300-pound instead of a 150-pound animal. Why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? Is defiling the Kodashim. Even though you try to do good, but with your good intentions, like the liberals have a problem, the all means, even bad things, as long as you have good kavanah, is okay.
But there's
right?
unintended consequences.
Right, unintended consequences, or the new thing in America, right? What do they call that in America when they kill civilians? Casualties of war. Casualties of no. In Torah, there's no such things. Or I heard one rabbi said, I can't put this over here. It says certain if you get a certain jab, right? It's casualties of war. There's 3% of people have died. Rahman al-Islam. Not one person. You're not allowed to never have any experimental, especially on Jews or anybody. Nobody's allowed to be experimented on unless the guy submits himself to it. But unfortunately, people go for it, and then they claim it casualties of war. 2-3% people die. Rahman al-Islam. Collateral damage. Even worse. Mitzvah number. So therefore, that's the even today. Even though there's no Beit HaMikdash, still you're not allowed to do that. Still you're not allowed to say the המרה, שאפילו בזמן הזה, אם עבר אדם והקדיש בהמה למזבח, ואחר כך המירה לעדים והתראה, חייב מלכות. Even today, if a person says, I want this animal so fit, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right now, I'm donating this animal, if Hashem builds the Beit HaMikdash right now. Like some people are crazy, because they have a heart for Hashem. Without any halakha, there's no heart. And still going to be asur, and he's going to be punished for it. 352, מצוות המאמיר בהמת הקורבן ובהמה אחרת, שתהיינה שתיהן קודש. So now, what happened was, the person did this haflafa, he went against mitzvah 351 already. Now, what do? So now you have two animals. You have here, one in here. So the Torah tells us, both of these animals have to be korban. Both of them. להיות התמורה קודש, both will become hekdesh. כלומר, הממיר בהמת קורבנו בבהמה אחרת. Somebody wanted to do, he went ahead and he exchanged the already designated for korban a new animal. כגון, שמר זה תהיה כל הקורבן תמורה זו. He said this will be against that. שנתחייב, שתהיינה היא התמורה שתיהן כקודש. The Torah tells you, as it says in the pasuk, chapter 27, pasuk yud, והיה הוא ותמורתו יהיה קודש. Both will become sanctified. וזה הכתוב מצוות עשה זהו, and this is the mitzvah, it's מצוות עשה. כלומר, שציוות אותנו התורה להיות התמורה קדושה לנהוג קודש בשתיהן. So the Torah commanded us that both of them should become קודש. והראיה זה שזה מצוות עשה הוא אומרם זיכרונם לברכה. So how do you know this is מצוות עשה? בכלל. The rabbi says, where would that be presented to us? So it says like this. It says in Masechta Tmura, Daf Dalad Amud Bet, on the 4th page, 2nd side, Benyan Memir, a person who exchanges, Lo ati aseh ve'akar trei lavin. So that's what we just now discussed over here, that it will not happen that the mitzvah commandment will take away two prohibitions. So like we already discussed, Klomar, שהמניעה בתמורה נכפלה שתי פעמים, שנאמר, the Torah tells you twice there's a prohibition of exchange it, as it says in one place, לא יחליפנו ולא ימיר אותו. There's two amirot here. There's double language. לא יחליפנו ולא ימיר. You're not allowed to exchange, and you're not allowed to replace. Oh, ולא אתי עשה דהביה הוא ותמורתו עיקר. And you have only one commandment, it and its exchange, that will allow it to be brought. Right? Lavin elo. So you cannot that one commandment will take away the two prohibitions. Okay? The Shem Mitzvah, I would say, the rabbi says over here 2, I would say I will go to venture 3. Why didn't he say the 3? Because he did mention once already to us that there is such a thing as that defiling Kodashim. Right? So he tells you no. It's in itself the mitzvah, the Torah told you, mitzvah number 3, so the 351, he's telling you the 351 prohibition is actually twice. So technically speaking, if that's the, I don't know why, maybe he'll explain to us. No, he doesn't. He just lives it over there. Technically speaking, it should be mitzvah 353, 351, lo yachlifenu, and 353, lo yamir. because that's what he's explaining here. So it's tzarich ayun. I have to figure out why. That over there, maybe the Gemara will teach us, because technically speaking, if it's telling you two averot, why don't you count it as two averot? You count it as one averah. Okay, I don't know. 1 second, let me see. Maybe 1 second. 350. What does 350 say? We weren't here 350 because yesterday I had to run to pick up my kids to school. No, doesn't say here. Why? But again, so three. All right. בשורש מצווה, שרצה השם ברוך הוא להטיל מורא בלב בני אדם בכל ענייני ההקדש. Again, the foundation is the same. The purpose of this mitzvah is HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to engrave in us, instill in us this inyan of דברים ההקדש. This is ההקדש. כמו שכתבתי בבניין בית הקודש וכליה. So everything that's related to the בית המקדש and all the utensils over there, same thing, they're not allowed to be used. בסדר יקחו לתרומה, okay, as it says over there. שם תראה, אוקיי? והרמב"ם, זיכרונו לברכה, כתב בטעם מצווה זו, במה שצווינו להוסיף חומש בפדיון ההקדש. Oh, so let's say there is a way to take out the קדושה, right? Let's see. ואם יוצא הדבר מפיו, שתהפוך מחשבתו וכל מעשהו ותהיינה שתיהן קודש, כי הוא בא במעשה להקפיא הקדושה, תהיה להפך. So, there is such a concept. The Rambam tells us that there is a way to take away certain kodashim, but there's a penalty for it. So let's see what it is. So if somebody is podeh hekdesh, he has to add a fifth, either 20% or 25% extra. שירדה התורה לסוף מחשבת האדם ויצרו רע. So the Torah goes ahead and gives you in certain instances to be podeh, to redeem items that have become hekdesh. We'll see that actually the next few halachot will discuss what's not allowed, what's not allowed. But over here the Torah tells you there is such things. In reality, people love to save money and they want to accumulate money. Right? So let's say, for instance, this will be talking in the case when he donated a 300-pound ram and now he wants to exchange it for 150. Right? ואף על פי שנדר והקדיש אפשר שיחזור בו וינחם וירצה לפדותו בפחות משוויה לפיכך יוסיף חומש. So what happened was like this. Sometimes you don't say a person wants to donate a cow to the Beit HaMikdash, but he didn't say it's a korban. What did he do? There is such a concept called Mikdash. You give it to the Lishkat HaBayit. You give it to the expenses of the Beit HaMikdash. So they could do whatever they want with this cow. They actually could give this cow in the market and sell it. If a person comes and says this cow is going to be olah, they're not allowed to sell it anymore. But if the guy says this cow is a hegdish, I'm giving it to the Beit HaMikdash for whatever use, and they had such a thing. Like I already gave a case one time in the Torah, very strange. The Torah tells you could even donate a line. You could donate a line to the Lishkat. You could donate a line. How much line costs? You know how much a line costs today? $250,000. You could donate a line. What's the scenario? Over there, the Torah tells you that whatever the Kohen decides the best in his house, it's donated. So the guy opened his mouth. He says in the shul, I'm donating my best animal in my house. It said animal. It didn't say cow. Okay? So Kohen comes. He comes to the house. You know, he lives in Morocco. Some Moroccan guys have lines over there for entertainment. Right? So he comes to the house. He looks around, the Kohen. The Kohen has to evaluate what's the best cow. He take him to the cow. So he looks over there for 3 hours. He spends time. This cow, this weights, this everything. He found the best cow. So the Kohen, before he declared which animal, the Kohen hears in the background there's a big roar. What's happening? They're feeding the lion. What did you say? I said I'll be the best animal I have. I said, the lion is donated. The lion is donated now. So I asked the question, who's going to feed the lion? On what money can you feed the lion? Can you kill a lamb to feed the lion?
Costs more money to feed.
Right, I'm saying. The Beit HaMikdash has to now feed the lion. They're going to make more money. They're going to sell it to some guy, some Arab guy. Some Arab, they like lions as pets.
Dubai,
So,
yeah.
In Dubai they have that, right? The guy running the lions in his apartment, like the kids, like the kids by our houses. So I asked the question, how do you feed this animal? So how do you feed this animal? Those guys that donate cows, animals to the Lishka has an obligation to. They cannot leave the lion and go hungry. Okay, so that's what they do. So now what happened was this guy donated. Now it came out to be a lion. Now he wants his lion back. His best friend.
They can give him the all not impure animals.
Yeah. So now he wants his lion back. Alos. I spent $250,000 on this lion. I want him back. So the Kohen says, okay. Rambam says, since you have to pay again the donation of the worth of the lion, and because you're buying it, let's say Rabbi Moshe comes instead of me. Rabbi Moshe pays $250,000. Bye. I come. It's my lion. I have to pay quarter plus quarter, another 20 to 25% machloket. Okay, mikdam mitzvah, מה שאומרים בברכה, הממיר בכליים או בטרפה, ויוצא דופן או okay, so now, אין הקדשה חלה עליהם. So the question was, when he discovered when animal had blemishes. What happened to the first animal you donated when it had blemishes? Now, could you exchange it? So there's a whole big machloket. It's a discussion. Bezrat Hashem, kedai to learn it. We said already, this mitzvah is even today, even though we don't have it in Mikdash. Somebody did go against this. He's saying he will get lashes if there was a warning. Have a wonderful day, gentlemen. Work, make parnasa without any headaches. Somebody yesterday, somebody told me, Abraham, again you give us parnasa. I said to him, if I don't give you, for 2 days I didn't give you bracha, Rahman al-Islam, in the middle of learning, the next day he wasn't here. What happened? He had to run emergency to the next state because the business, whatever it was. So I say, listen to me, the bracha is, you should make a lot of money without any headache.